Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome Lord Sriman Narayan today at the Sri Narayan Dham on this, the Diwali festival, in his form as Lord Ram. So it is Lord Sriman Narayan who incarnates for the benefit of mankind as Lord Ram in every Treta Yug. Lord Ram is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord as an ideal human being. Lord Ram is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord as an ideal human being. And in the Ramayana, which is history, the Ramayana is not a myth. It wasn't conjured by a community somewhere in India. It is history. And history is scientific because it can be traced and unearthed as the absolute truth. So there is enough evidence in the scientific domain that Lord Ram walked from North India through to South India, and he annihilated Ravana in Sri Lanka. And whilst we are on that point, I warned Hemita, don't give our Ravana the lamp or that arti clay lamp that I have to light. And Hemita did not listen to me. And you saw when I came in that the whole, both sides of that lamp was in a huge flame, and I couldn't even do my arti properly. But I had warned Hemita previously. There's so many people in our ashram. It's Diwali today, and on Diwali day we always discuss Lord Ram and Ravana. Why are you giving Ravana, our ashram's Ravana, the light to lamp? Okay? Coming back, the Ramayan is absolute science. The Ramayan is absolute science. The entire Upanishads, which is the highest scientific documents that exist on this planet Earth today, the most revealing scientific scriptures that are currently in vogue on this planet Earth today is the Upanishads. And the Ramayana is a story form of the Upanishads. Prior to 5,000 years ago, this information was given from guru to disciple through hearing. Through hearing. It is only in this Kali Yuga that man has a very short memory. A very short memory. From the previous 3 yugas, man at one reading can understand and take in all information. So if your guru taught you the Ramayana once, then all that information was computed in your mental faculties. And you could produce this information verbatim. In Kali Yuga, because of the thousands of distractions that we are currently experiencing, the mind is feeble and weak. And it is for this reason that the Ramayana was compiled in a form of a book so that you could reference from this book, because you do not have capacity to reference from your mind. So yesterday within my discourse, I also gave a story. Yes or no? And I saw most of you were more attentive to the story than the general discourses that I deliver. Yes or no? You all like stories. We like stories. If there is a story, if there is a good story, whether it's a bad story, Premila, you can't miss your soapies. Rakesh bhai? True? Because it's a story. It doesn't matter the quality of the story. But the Ramayan is a story to teach you how to live. So what the Supreme Lord does, Lord Sriman Narayan, he incarnates and he takes all the Vedic injunctions and he enacts the Vedic injunctions in the form of a story. So you have the Upanishads, which you can learn from directly, and you also have the Upanishads embedded in the Ramayan, which you can experience in a story form. There is nothing in this universe that exists and cannot be found in the 545,000 verses of the Vedas. There is absolutely nothing in this universe that exists that does not exist in the Vedas. Anything, you name it, it's in the Vedas. So the Vedas is the scientific constitution for this universe, mankind, and all living entities. So Lord Ram takes his birth, he incarnates to teach man how to live as an ideal human being. And in North India today, Lord Ram or Diwali is celebrated on the auspices of Lord Ram. South India will celebrate Diwali today on the auspices of Lord Krishna. On the auspices of Lord Krishna. Today Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, annihilated the demon Narakasura. Today Lord Sri Krishna annihilated the demon Narakasura in Dwapara Yug. In Dwapara Yug. This story is in the Mahabharata. The same Upanishads have now been taken and embedded in the Mahabharata, and the Supreme Lord, Lord Sriman Narayan, incarnates and presents this story in the Mahabharata. Again, the Mahabharata is not a myth. It really happened. Dwarika of Lord Sri Krishna, when he left at the end of the Mahabharata, he sank the city of Dwarika. Today scientists have found that city at the location where Lord Sri Krishna sank that city before leaving. So both the Mahabharata and the Ramayana is absolutely scientific. Both these incarnations took place on this planet Earth, and scientists, not gurus, Gurus don't need science. Scientists have established this absolute truth. So both Sri Krishna and Sri Ram walked this earth. Lord Ram walked this earth 2 million years ago. Dwapara Yug happened 2 million years ago. Treta Yug happened 2 million years ago, and Dwapara Yug ended 5,000 years ago. Alright, so I'm just bringing these two aspects into its context. At the Sri Narayan Dham, you must scientifically experience the Supreme Lord, not mystically. Not mystically. You must be able to ask any question to the Guru, because the Guru, a bona fide Guru, has to have all the answers. A bona fide Guru has to have all the answers. Not answers to appease you. Answers that exist in the Vedas. So the Supreme Lord, Lord Sriman Narayan, is the absolute scientist, and all sciences and all scientists that exist is subordinate to the Supreme Lord, Lord Sriman Narayan. Every discovery that has been discovered is already there in the Vedas. Spaceships, aeroplanes. Currently, scientists are trying to establish that the universe exists on the string theory. They have not concluded. But I can give them a, what you say, thumbs up. No, I can tell them up front that theory is correct. The string theory is correct. This universe exists in frequencies. And it exists in terms of the string theory. And how does the Guru know this? Because the string theory exists in the Rig Veda, which is the foremost scripture in the world today and has always been. You understand? So I am linking science to spirituality. I'm not linking spirituality to science. Science only opening its eyes since yesterday. The Vedas is eternal eyes opened information. Vedas always exist. Scientists come, they make some discovery, they make many false discoveries. If you follow the universe, the Big Bang Theory is actually Om. Big Bang Theory is Om. Om Premila? Okay. The sound Om is the basis of all creation. Everything comes from Om. Everything exists in the frequency of Om, and everything dissolves when creation ceases to exist in the frequency of Om. So I'm bringing in science together with this celebration today called Diwali, which is shortened as Diwali. Diwali basically means a cluster of lights. And when you see lights, what happens to your emotions? When you see lights, what happens to your emotions? Scientifically, open your eyes, look at the lights, look at the color lights. What happens to you scientifically? It changes your consciousness, does it not? When you see light, it changes your consciousness into a positive vibration, and this is why I called all of you to satsang today. I called all of you to satsang because the Lord resides in a gathering where many people call out His name. Whether you're in a church, whether you're in a mosque, whether you're in a synagogue, in whichever way you call out the Lord's name, He attends that gathering. And this is why, as Sanatan Dharmis, I requested you to be at this satsang today. Diwali is not about making sweetmeats, going to your relative's house, they come into your house, opening a bottle here, they're opening a bottle there. That's not Diwali. Diwali is enlightenment. Enlightenment comes from the light, the cluster of lights of Diwali, and the culmination and the summary of the Ramayan. The summary of the Ramayan. And if anybody goes, it's easy, you Google, you go to the Ramayan, you can find the Ramayan on your phone. You can find the Ramayan on your phone, you can find the Mahabharata on your phone. It's one touch away. This information is one touch away. You don't have to believe everything the Guru is saying. You can do your own research. Go into the Mahabharata, go into the Ramayana. The most important stories in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata is the Guru principle. Most important trend in the Mahabharata and the Ramayana is the Guru principle. You'll notice today, after 14 years, when Lord Sri Ram comes out of the forest, who is waiting outside for him? The Guru is waiting. He's the Supreme Lord, the creator of this universe. He bows down to his Guru. Why is the Supreme Lord in the material universe, the creator, bowing down to his Guru? He's teaching humankind how to behave. He, the Supreme Lord, the Creator, is teaching humanity how to behave. Mahabharata, Lord Sri Krishna, Sandipan Muni. Who is Sandipan Muni? Lord Sri Krishna's Guru. What does Lord Sri Krishna do? The Supreme Lord, the Creator of this universe, what does He do? He bows down to His Guru. He further goes and washes his Guru's feet. Who does that? Who does that? Supreme Lord. So when this universe is created, I want you to understand, we all want to be scientific. We all want science as information. And it is absolute correct. You can't sit in a satsang and get your head touched and go home and be mystical. Hey, my Guru touched me, I might just make it in life. No, this is not that type of satsang. In this satsang, the Guru will touch your intellect, not your head. The Guru will touch your intellect, then you use your intellect to understand this discourse. Scientifically, I want you to understand this discourse scientifically. So for anything to be created, you need a creator. Yes or no? Science, logic. All right? So when this universe is created, it is created from the abdomen of Lord Sri Vishnu. Yes? The very first living entity after creation, after the first phase of creation, is who? Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is the second phase of creation. And from his mind, from Lord Brahma's mind, the next phase 3 of creation is the Guru principle. Is the Guru principle. The Guru principle is born third category of creation. Can you see how important the Guru principle is? The human principle is born at number 11. So in phases of creation, the human being is born at number or created at number 11 in the process of creation. This is a Vedic injunction. Cannot be proved wrong. Cannot be proved wrong. This is a Vedic injunction, and this is how important the Guru principle is. This is how important the Guru principle is. And Lord Sri Ram incarnates, Lord Sri Krishna incarnates and endorses this Guru principle by themselves. By whom? By themselves. The Supreme Lord, as Lord Krishna, as Lord Ram, endorses the Guru principle by themselves. Okay? So, what is that significance of Ravana? Because this is what we know, that today Lord Ram came out of 14 years from the forest, and he had annihilated Ravana. And then we know Ravana has how many heads? 10 heads. So we see, magnetically my eyes went into Vasan's head. Right? Not intentionally, I just went to count how many heads there. Alright? So in reality, Ravana was a well-educated Vedic scholar. A well-educated Vedic scholar. He only had one head. He only had one head. And he was quite handsome. He was a handsome-looking, one-headed being. Just simply one head. When we say he was 10-headed, it means he was controlled by his senses. He was controlled by his senses. And I want you came to satsang today. When you go home, you must take a tangible, scientific result home. Today, your life must change from where it is currently vibrating to a newer position. Because today, the Lord is in this ashram. But I need to give you that information. I need to give you that information. Mother Sita is an incarnation of Mother Lakshmi. Mother Sita is an incarnation of Mother Lakshmi, and Mother Lakshmi represents health, wealth, and prosperity. Health, wealth, and prosperity. When your senses, combined with your vices, when your senses combined with your vices, what are the vices? Lust, anger, greed, pride, jealousy, envy. When these vices arrest and combine and form an association with your senses, they kidnap your prosperity. This is the scientific truth of this episode of the Ramayan, when Sita is released from Ravana. But who do you need to fight your lust, to fight your anger, to fight your jealousy, to fight your hatred, to fight all of this, who do you need? These vices are so powerful. These vices that are computed in your subtle body of the mind is so powerful that you need Lord Ram, the Supreme Lord, to assist you in fighting your vices. You need the Supreme Lord in fighting your vices. When you surrender to the Supreme Lord in totality, today you tell Lord Ram, like I did many years ago, I tried every trick in the book. I tried to prosper on my own. I pushed you away. I pushed you away and kept you there in my temple on a drawer. Sometime I locked the closet. I always kept you away. See, baby sneezed, and you know in Sanatana Dharma, when a small child sneezes, it is the truth. All right? So, today make a commitment mentally and say, God, I pushed you aside for so long because I did not understand your existence. But today I've been informed by your devotee that if I put you first, you will remove my vices and release my senses, and that Mother Lakshmi, that prosperity which reside in me, Mother Lakshmi is not outside there. Where she is? Inside here. Inside here, but she's been kidnapped by your senses and vices. When she is released, then you'll prosper both materially and spiritually. This is how simple all of this is. This is how simple all of this is. If you look at my tilak, and if you look at Lord Ram's tilak, and if you look at Hanuman's Baba's tilak, it's coming from the same institution. It's coming from the same institution. This story that I'm giving you is eternal. What does eternal mean? What does eternal mean? It means it always existed. Your soul always existed. And the Vedas always existed. Today we are sitting in 155 trillion years of this current existence of this universe. 155 trillion years. There is another 155 trillion, 40 billion years left. 155 trillion, 40 billion years left until this creation dissolves into Om. This creation dissolves into Om. If you are suffering today, if you are not happy today, you think you've been happy in this 155 trillion years that have passed, and you think you'll be happy until another 155 trillion years, 40 billion years that makes this universe expire. So my message to you is that when Lord Ram enacted his 14 years of exile and releasing Mother Sita, scientifically it is your soul that has been in exile since time immemorial, You have now come forth from exile. You are sitting here today in this satsang. In this satsang, this is the first Sri Sampradaya ashram on the African continent invoked. Would a priest from India that's also invoked my Guruji's Sri Siddhartha ashram in Faridabad. Same priest who invoked that ashram in 2007, they did Murti Stapna. He came here and he did Murti Stapna in this ashram. This is the only ashram of Guruji outside India that is 100% bona fide as per scriptural injunction. Anywhere else is a Mickey Mouse story. And Mickey Mouse stories keep changing. This ashram is only growing. This broadcast is going to 48 countries around the world. You understand? So you have to invest your faith. After due diligence, you must do due diligence, because there's a lot of fake gurus in this world. In fact, for every, I think, 1 million fake gurus, there's one real guru. So you must do due diligence on a guru. You must have your mind open. Don't get brainwashed. Get mind washed. Don't get brainwashed. Get mind washed. Let the guru wash your mind and clean up the vices. All these vices is sitting on the mind. Anger is seated where? Avir, where you? Can't say, oh, okay. Where your wife's anger is seated? In a mind. You understand? But if you are, how long you in the satsang, Avir Bhai? 3 months. You only here because your wife's anger have subsided. You tried your best. Yes or no? One of the reasons. See, Avir Bhai is honest on Diwali day. Okay, maybe joke, maybe no joke. But I want to conclude by saying, make a commitment today. Don't make a big commitment like you do on January 1st. Because we break it on January 4th or 5th. Because the commitments we make is too big. Every January 31st we say, we're closing the cap on the bottle. Every January 31st we say, last cigarette. We look at our cigarette packet and then we want to puff away. Then you wake up on January 1st and you say, no, today I'll have a break. We'll start from January 2nd. And then maybe one day we battled it out. 4th, 5th, we back where we were. It's like an elephant. An elephant goes into the river. It has a good bath. You saw the elephant bathing? Has a trunk. It will wash itself. Every grain of sand will be out of the elephant. After a good bath, the elephant will walk 2 meters on the bank and roll itself into the mud again. You understand? So what was the necessity of the bath? So similarly, take a small vow today, what you can manage. Don't take a vow on what you cannot manage, and ask God to remove that which is troubling you and have troubled you for a very, very long time. Arrogance is your greatest enemy. My discourse for yesterday, if that individual is not arrogant, he can make a good human being. But it is arrogance that brings you down. I am great. I am great. I am right. You cannot tell me what to do. That is your greatest enemy. It brings you down. Open yourself up to the absolute truth. Allow yourself to be, I as a guru am not perfect. No matter how many years I meditate, no matter how many years I meditate, I'll never be perfect until I go in my grave. Until I go in my grave. Me as a guru, I can never be perfect. Why I can never be perfect? Because no human has attained perfection in a human body. No human has attained perfection in a human body. So you don't have to always be right. Now and again you are wrong. And be first to admit that I have capacity to be wrong, and watch how your lifestyle changes. Your lifestyle changes. And lastly, when I am coming from the police force, my background is the South African police force. I was there for 10 years. How many of you saw a live yesterday, late in the night, somebody singing bhajan? You all saw? This gentleman that was singing bhajan here, he is still in the South African police force. He met me after 30 years. He's 35 years in the force. He met me after 30 years. He works in radio control. What you all know of radio control? 10111. He was there as a student. He went and trained and came back. And he is still there today. And I had a mere 10 years. I worked at SAP Bria. He is a direct witness to my performance in the police force, because everything is recorded at 10111. So when I go on duty, I book on the air, Control Delta Bravo 02. This is Sergeant Singh booking on the air. That recording is made at 10111. And after all these years, I became a guru and he became a bhajan singer. Can you see that beauty of that? Two policemen. And show me anywhere in the world you can find this relationship. He was so busy singing bhajans yesterday, he still found time to come and sing here at this ashram. From 6:30 to 9 o'clock we were still here. And I videoed him because I felt that love. When Mama comes and does his bhajan here and plays his naal, he got a transaction with the Guru. Yes or no? He is related to the Guru, he is related to the ashram, and he is performing a transaction. This man has no transaction. When he came and sang here, he came and sang out of love. You understand? And go on that video. Go on that video, because this satsang is not a Mickey Mouse satsang. Everything is tangible. You must find the evidence. Go on that video. I recorded it, and Guruji had 2 tears. Teardrops on 2 eyes. 2 teardrops on 2 eyes. Go find that video. And I'm also saying to the people out there on this media, social media, you also go find that video and see how 2 teardrops appeared on Guruji's eyes. Because Guruji himself also found that love. All of you understand? No military man will take a seat like this if the seat is not true. No military man will take this seat if the seat is not true. Both of us had the highest training in the South African Police Services, rated number 4 in the entire world. I won't take this seat and I won't give you these discourses because it is my fancy. I grew up in a religious house. I'm religious and I like being a guru. I was an atheist for 25 years, for those of you that's come in here, first day, and I left a multi-million rand business to come and sit on this seat. I take nothing from anyone. Besides Premila, she bribes me with sweets and chocolates now and again. I take nothing for the service that we perform here. This ashram we spent already over 2 million rand. Very few people can put up their hands and say how much money they gave. I think there's only so many people that contributed substantively to this ashram. Do you understand? So what is the reason for me doing all of this? I was already popular. There's that policeman, he'll come, he'll give you a discourse, he'll tell you how popular I was. I was already popular in the police force. I was already popular in the business world. I was already popular in the political world. I earned my popularity long before I became a guru. So if I'm here, I am here for you. This hall is built for you. I have an apartment on that side. This hall is built for you. I am here to serve you 24/7. Your duty is to do due diligence. Go check my background, find out who I am, find out who the guru is, find out the disciplic succession, and see whether this is the place you want to be. And if after due diligence you find that this place is the absolute truth, then submit. As soon as you submit, I want to give you. I want to give you. I have everything that you need. It is stored here. I need to push it. I need to push it out. Whatever you need in life is here at this ashram. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you on this Diwali day that whatever you need in life is medically and materially. Everything is here at the Guru's feet. And I'm giving this guarantee all over the world on this live transmission. All you have to do is have faith and submit. Is it too hard? When you go to university, you have faith in your lecturer. Do you surrender to your lecturer at university? Yes, total surrender. And you pay your money, you surrender for your 4 years, and you come out with a degree. But you have to do due diligence as you did to that university, because you make a choice. Once you surrender don't mean living your entire life in submission. Surrender means I am prepared to take instructions from my Guru. That's all surrender means. I am prepared to take instructions from my Guru. All of you understand? This is a very simple process. The Supreme Lord has created this most simple process for humanity to prosper. It is up to humanity to take this message seriously. I already have everything. Guru don't need anything, because Guru is already immersed totally in the Supreme Lord's grace. Jai Sriman Narayan.